This is Keep It Between Us, obviously. I'm Cassandra.
And I'm Ashley.
Today, we are talking about not letting people who are at war with themselves destroy your energy.
Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, and comment all the times that you have loved someone who is at war with themselves.
Yeah, it can be tough.
It is tough. It's not for the weak.
Let us know. Ashley,
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Happy to be here.
Good.
It's a beautiful day outside.
It really is.
It really is.
But I really can't wait to just lay on my couch and watch a movie tonight.
That's every weekend for me. That's pretty much all my spare time. I'm like, I can't wait to be in the bed and watch First 48.
It's been so long since I've laid in bed and watched TV. Like, I want to do that so bad. I usually find myself in the living room, but
Yeah,
one day I will make
it's
it
my
into the
favorite
bedroom.
pastime. I don't know why. I love to do nothing.
I know when I see your pictures you send me
Yep,
of Benny,
of
but the
Benny.
TV's right there. I'm like, oh, God,
That's
that's
how
so
I am all the
nice.
time. I love to just do nothing because I feel like my weeks are so busy and so full that when I have the opportunity to do absolutely nothing, I always take advantage of it. And it's good for you. It's good for your mental health to just be turned off, completely turned off from everything for a little bit.
Yeah,
Get that relaxation. And so, like my weekends, I'll do something on Saturday, but I can't do something both days because I need a day to do nothing
yeah,
before the whole
same.
week starts over again.
Those
It's usually
Sundays.
Sundays. Yeah,
Hmm.
I remember as a kid, I used to hate Sundays because they were really boring in the house. I'd be like, oh, Sundays are so boring. Like my parents don't want to do anything. And now that I'm an adult, I'm like, I get it.
Oh,
I don't want to do anything. And
I
I'm
get
sure
it. Hmm.
my daughter's like, Sundays are so boring.
Yeah,
You know, but we need that relaxation.
I know. It's usually I have to do the laundry and clean up and organize and get ready for the week, go grocery shopping, all those things. And then after all that,
I'm doing nothing.
yes. But
Yeah,
that's usually about 7 o'clock, and then
right.
it
You get like
sucks.
1 hour.
I got 1 hour before I
Yeah.
have to go to bed and go to work the
Start the
next day.
whole circus
Yeah,
over again. Yeah.
yeah. But then Saturdays are the days that I usually run around, go out, go places, go do
Me too.
things.
Yep, all my like events or whatever I'll do, like my things to do, I'll do on
Yeah,
Saturdays, and then
Saturdays.
Sundays I
Yeah,
try to do as little as I can.
yeah.
Laundry always ends up on Sundays. I feel like Sundays are the laundry day. I hate laundry. Whatever. Shall we get into it?
We shall.
Okay. We are going to touch on people who are at war with themselves internally. Yeah, because there's a lot of them. It's like no matter how much you love somebody or show up for somebody, if they have an internal war going on with themselves, no matter what you do, doesn't matter.
Yeah, and then they purposely try to feed it off on you.
And they do. Like that whole misery loves company is
Ooh.
real. It's very real. And it's very hard to get away from when you're intertwined with people who have that mentality. And I think
Yep.
because I know you're an empath. I know that you
Yes.
have a huge heart. You wear your heart on your sleeve. And so people like that who, I don't want to say take advantage of people who are empathetic and are always just willing to be there and they, like you give them an inch, they take a mile type of deal.
Yeah.
Um, I think for me, I've noticed as I'm more hypersensitive to it, I'm able to pick up on people who, honey, you're at war with yourself. You know what I mean? Nothing I tell you or try to show up for you about or love you through, support you through, whatever that looks like. If you're at war with you, you have to be the one to fix that. You have to be the one to turn that around. And I think people struggle with that. I've noticed that a lot of people have a very low emotional intelligence level.
Ooh.
Yeah. And I think that needs to be talked about more. I think emotional intelligence is a huge key factor to why relationships don't work, to
Yep.
why people just can't understand each other better, communicate better. Um, I think people are skipping over doing their internal work on themselves
Yeah.
and they try to mask it with relationships or just try to like numb the pain. I know some people with like addictive personalities, they'll drink to pretend that problem's not there or smoke or whatever that looks like. I think emotional intelligence and being able to turn down the internal war that they have going on, people aren't doing that anymore.
No, they're definitely not.
And I've noticed with myself, I will cut that off really. You know how I am. Like we differ in that way.
We sure do, because I don't.
I
I'm
know.
the sucker who sticks around, and it's like, I genuinely feel bad.
For what, like turning your back? Is that
Yes,
how you
yes.
view it?
Because I've been in a position where I was at war with myself and I didn't have anybody.
Yep.
I I didn't have anybody to like help me get out of that and talk to and just be that venting person for me and to give me the advice of, Cassie, you can do it. So I always feel obligated
To
to
be
be
that
that person.
person.
However, I go down with them.
And see, that's the fine line. Is
Mm,
if I am there for a person, I see that you're struggling through something. I know you're going through something. I will be there's a big line, a big difference between being the supporter and being the person who enables. I can support anybody that I care about through anything, but I will not be the enabler. I will not give you that. To me, that's not an excuse to be a bad person, to be a bad parent, whatever that looks like. And I think being able to keep those lines from being blurred, I think
mhm.
is hard. And especially with someone who is at war with themselves about whatever it may look like, they'll latch on to any and everything.
Yeah,
Especially someone like you who's just trying to offer support, because that's how I was. I used to be a giver. That was like my love language, if you will, is like I'm a giver. I want to give to those that I care about. I want to be like their anchor in their life. But I've run into people who you give that to them and they take off with it. And it's like, why am
they
I
do.
feeling drained trying to support you through your problems? And that's where I had to differ. I couldn't do it anymore because there are people that will run with that and they want their problems to be your problems. And it just, you can't do that. You just can't.
So how do you like disconnect yourself from that and not let them reel you in, but yet still say, hey, no, like, I'm here, but you do it. You deal with it. You got this,
Yep.
without letting it affect you.
Yep.
Because for me, then I start having a bad day. Then I start feeling the same way because I pick up on those emotions and I hold on to it. I hold on to their problems for them because I feel like I
Absolutely.
have to.
Absolutely.
And that makes me feel better knowing, here, give me everything. Let me fight
There,
it
is it
for
fixed?
you.
You're a fixer.
I am.
Does that make you feel fixed? Does that fix the problem? And see, that's the issue is how you said it makes you, now I feel bad. Now I'm carrying this
Yeah.
burden and this baggage and this trauma and this problem or whatever that looks like. That's the issue that I was running into. I'm not carrying anybody else. Life is hard enough, and I'm not excusing. Everybody goes through things. We all
Yeah.
have stressors and trauma and horrible things or whatever, but I'm not going to carry yours more than you carry yours. And I was running into that. I was running into being like the heavy, if you will, where it's like I'm the nurturer, I'm the carrier, I'm the listening ear, I'm the all these things, but I'm enabling you because you're not dealing with the problem. And then when I choose to disconnect because I'm overwhelmed and I'm over it and I'm sick of kind of, because after a while you turn into being like their dumping ground
Yeah.
because they feel like they can because you've created that narrative that they can,
Yeah.
right? Because it's like,
Mhm.
here,
Yeah.
give me your problems
Right.
so that they're not yours anymore so you can feel better. Well, now I have your problems.
Right. But then it's also enabling, like you said, for them to continue feeling that way and keep going down that same
Yep.
path for themselves.
Yep. And they don't
Because
solve
I've
anything.
lifted it up a little bit for them.
Exactly. But they haven't, the problem is things aren't getting solved. You can dump your problems and your issues to me and I'll carry them, but the problems are still there. You have not dealt with that. And I think that circles back to people not handling their trauma. And I don't know if
Mm,
people think that it's not acceptable or it's not okay, it's not cool to be like, hey, I have problems I need to work through. And I think it's like shove it down, pretend it's not there, ignore. But it's like and they show up in different ways. I've noticed not everybody shows their trauma the same, but
no.
with relationships, I've noticed that I tend to be the trauma dumping ground. And I used to love that. I used to think that it was like flattering when someone would like want me to fix them,
Yeah. They
right?
trust you enough to
They
do that.
trust me enough.
Mhm.
They value my opinion enough. I carry enough weight in their life for them to tell me all of their troubles. And I still feel that way, but also like I said, nothing's getting solved.
No.
And I'm the trauma dumping ground, so it continues to make my weight heavier. And then I'm like, dang, well, now I have a heavy heart. Now I feel stressed. Now I
Yeah.
feel sad. Nothing's getting solved. And I think that needs to be talked about more for everybody. Everybody has something that they can heal from,
Mhm.
big or small. And I think that it's overlooked. I mean, mental health as a whole is so
Oh,
overlooked
absolutely.
across the nation. I mean, everywhere that you look, mental health is breezed right over, and it's one of the biggest issues that people
Yeah.
have.
It's been a constant thing throughout years, like, even when it was even first identified as a mental health thing.
Yes,
It's always been brushed under the
always.
door.
And
Like,
I don't
"No,
know
no,
why.
I don't
Even in
either."
like our correctional institutions, mental health services are not offered like they should be. And I think a lot of times, like, those are the most important places to offer them because
Absolutely.
people who are trying to be rebuilt for society, you're not going to give them mental health services. You're
Mm,
not going to give them opportunity to heal wounds that potentially made them the person that they are, why they're in the situation that they're in. And I think it starts all the way at the very basic level of elementary school. Mental health is not looked at, and then it snowballs as children get older and develop into adults, and parents aren't don't know how to deal with it, and it's just then you blink and you have this adult who's had these unwarranted mental health issues
yep,
that no one's paid attention to, and no one knows how to deal with them at all. And then it spills over into relationships and parenting, and then you have someone who has all this trauma and doesn't know how to be an adult, let alone a parent, and now they're parenting kids, and now the cycle starts over. Now children are having the same thing, and
yep.
I don't know why mental health is so overlooked
I don't either.
because it's so big. It's such a
It's
huge topic.
yeah.
I don't know someone who doesn't struggle from anything mental health related, even if it's just something minimal,
Mhm.
trauma or just, seasonal depression, even. Like, people just don't know how to handle their internal warfare that they've had going on for their whole life. And it's very sad to watch people kind of disintegrate, because they lack emotional ability.
Yeah.
It's over, and I don't know if it's social media. I don't know if it's how much we're on our electronics,
Mm,
or
could be.
because you got to think like social media and stuff like that is like very much so, um, taking over our attention to the point where we don't pay attention to each other like we used to.
Yeah.
You know,
We don't.
we don't. Here, watch your phone, or
Yeah.
here, look,
Yep.
and we overlook each other. We overlook each other a lot, and so
And, like, I think in relationships, it's important to take that moment to check in. Me and
absolutely,
Benjamin do that during dinner
absolutely,
sometimes. If I'm like, God, I've had a really heavy day today, and I go, well, tell me about it,
yeah, I want to hear it.
and we talk about it, and
Yep.
we solve the problem together, or it's just venting to
Yeah,
feeling
sometimes I don't
better.
even need a solution. I
No,
just want you to hear what I'm saying, big or
yes,
small, how stupid it sounds. I don't care. And I think that's so important. I don't always need People don't always need a solution.
yeah,
They just need to know there's an outlet for that.
yeah,
And I think how you're like, I had a heavy day today. Some people don't even know how to say that.
no,
Or some people don't
they just
even,
hold on to it,
they
and it
do.
sits and it
They do.
festers
And it
and it grows.
festers. That's the
Hmm.
best way of putting it, is it festers and it grows and it overtakes you. And it's inevitable. It's inevitable. And it's just unfortunate, like, this day and age, how disconnected people are, not only with each other, but with themselves too.
Yeah,
Like, I feel like people don't study who they are anymore. People don't know who they are anymore,
yeah,
or how to even be themselves to be able to show up for other people,
yes,
you know? Because I've had situations where I feel like I'm a pretty good listener, shoulder to lean on, and you are too. But it's like sometimes when someone's going through something and you ask them, what's going on? They don't even know what to say. Like, that very first step of saying, I had a really heavy day today, they don't even know how to communicate that.
yeah.
They know something's wrong, but they don't even know where to start on how to bring out what's wrong. And that is so sad. It really is.
Yeah.
It really is. It's really
S-
sad.
So, with those who are at war with themselves and it's just heavy, heavy stuff,
Yeah.
how do you be there for them, still helping them, guiding them, but yet keeping your distance to where you don't let it affect you? How do
Yeah.
you do that?
It's really hard. Um, because there is that middle ground where I'm not willing, I don't care how much I love you. Besides my child, that's the only person in the world that I will take all of her baggage on.
Mm-mm.
But anybody else, there has to be a 50-50. And it's really hard um, because I want to show up for people that I love. I do my best to show up for people that I love, but there's also comes a time where I'm like, hey, this is a you problem. This is a you thing. This is a you situation.
Yeah.
And I, like I said, I'll support you all day long. But I think just being firm on that, because you can be firm and direct, but still be loving. And I think that's what some people struggle with is being, I love you. I want to be here for you. I am here for you. How can I help you help yourself? Because I can't fix you. You can't fix me. I can't fix you. We can't fix each other. It's kind of like when someone's an addict,
Hmm.
they have to want to not be anymore. They have to
Ooh.
want to make those changes. I
And what if
will,
they don't?
and if they don't, they don't. Because I am very firm on my boundaries, and I know it comes across as stern or rude, is what I've been told. But I'm firm on my boundaries. I'm firm on I will help you, but I will not carry the load for you.
Yeah.
You know, we can do this together, or you can do it by yourself, but I'm not going to do it for you. Those are the options.
I think that's something that I'm learning now as I get older,
Absolutely.
that I just don't want to do that anymore. I
No,
don't want to hold on to it anymore.
I don't.
Like, my life is full of positive things.
Yes.
I'm happy as I can. I have been in a very, very long
But
time. And
that's because you choose to make your
yes,
surround you choose
yes,
your life. You choose to wake up with a good attitude and to create a positive space, a positive life. That's a choice.
yeah,
And not everybody makes that choice. And I also think there's something to be said. People who have had that negative mentality of being at war with themselves for their whole life, it's a choice. They choose to be in that negative realm all the time because that's what they know.
yeah.
And it's easy to be negative. It's
Oh,
easy.
it is.
It's way easier.
But it's also easy to be positive too.
That's a choice.
That is a
And
choice.
see, that's also where my boundaries come into place because I'm like, I choose to be happy. I have plenty of things I could be unhappy about and sad about and dwell on and use as an excuse to be, a bad person or what have you, as do you.
Yeah.
We all do. We all have something. No one's ever lived a perfect life, ever. Um, but I choose to be the type of person that I am. I choose to have a good mindset. I choose to be a good parent. I choose to be a good friend. I choose to make good decisions.
Yeah.
But I could easily not. We all could. But I do think when you are dealing with people who are very much so at war with that back and forth with themselves, those boundaries are everything.
Okay.
Those firm lines. And also, I, and this can sound as selfish as you want, but I will choose me every time. Sorry.
Ooh.
And I think as an empath, that's something that empathetic people struggle with.
Yes.
Yep.
You say that, and I already feel the panic in
Yeah,
my
you already
chest
feel the,
of
oh my
like,
gosh, I feel bad.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Yep.
I don't want to anymore,
Yep.
though, Ashley.
And you
Like, I
shouldn't.
am so done with it.
And you shouldn't.
But it's that piece of I don't have that inner voice, that inner boundary, that inner whatever it is
Mm-hmm.
thing of saying what you just said
Yep.
without having that extra feeling.
Without that guilt coming in right after. And I
Yeah.
don't think that, because I'm not a selfish person, I'm self aware enough to know that I'm not selfish.
No.
I show up as a great friend. I
You
am a
do.
great mother.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Those that I care about, they know that because I show up for them. But when it comes time to pick my happiness over yours, I'm going to pick me every time. Have to.
I'm gonna make that a bumper
I
sticker.
have to.
I choose me.
Every time. And I think, and those are real conversations that I've had to deal with people, family members, friends, whoever, relationships. When it comes down to if I'm going to worry about my happiness over yours, because I know I've shown up for you well. I know that I do. I'm going to choose me. And
Yeah.
I don't feel guilty about it. And that's sometimes, like, not everything deserves a reaction. And when you get to that point with someone, hey, you know what? I choose me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you're going through this. I'm sorry that you're unhappy. I feel as though I've shown up for you as best as I'm
Hmm.
able to. And that's all I have for you. That's
Yeah.
all I got.
And this is after you've been there, listened, given your
Oh, yeah.
piece, your advice.
Absolutely.
And if it's still just not going anywhere, they're
Yep.
still sitting there dwelling.
Yep.
That's
Dwelling.
when you
Yeah.
disconnect. Just
Absolutely.
unplug it.
Absolutely. Because I mean, you can lead a horse to water if they choose not to drink. That is absolutely on them to be dehydrated, not me. You
Oh,
know?
poor horse.
It's the truth though.
Yeah.
And that's something that you have to be very critical about, because showing up for people is a landslide, and it can get out of control very, very quickly. Especially when people don't have good outlets, and they
Hmm.
choose not to address those issues. They find somebody who's an empath or someone who is a giver or a fixer, and they're going to cling on to that. And
Mm,
it's like the drowning effect. Are you going to let this thing stay continued to be attached to your ankles while you're trying to swim at the top of the water, or do they need to swim on their own?
yeah.
And that guilt piece is a huge problem, especially if it's someone that you care about and you're like, but it's not turning your back on them.
No.
It's not.
And then I think the other piece to that, if you turn your back on them, how's that other person going to respond? And I think that's
Mm,
all another piece, a little side topic to that,
that
I
is a
struggle with.
huge piece.
What are the repercussions if I stand up and say, you know what, you've drained me enough, I need to
Yeah,
step back? Then it's up to them if they want to continue being your friend or in that relationship, or
absolutely.
also say, you know what, I'm done,
And
screw you.
victimize
And
themselves,
yes,
because then they paint a lot of times. So people who are not ready to deal with their own traumas, they're going to immediately victimize themselves and they're going to paint you as the villain. But I have an answer for that too. If you want to paint me as a villain, I'll pose.
oh
Paint
girl.
me. Paint me like freaking Rose in the Titanic, honey.
Amen.
I will pose. Paint it. Because I know how
Wow.
I've shown up for you. And
Yeah.
you know how I showed up. I know how I showed up. So whatever thing that you want to say about me from your lens is your business. I don't lose sleep over how people see me in their own light. But that's how you'll know when someone is like, "You know what? You're right. I need to start addressing these problems because I want to feel better, because I want to have a changed life, or I want to see life differently
Yeah.
and feel different than I do." Or if they victimize themselves and villainize you, well then you're wasting your time anyways because they're not ready. And
No.
that's happened to me plenty of times. I've been painted the villain so many times, girl. But the thing is though, I know how I showed up for you, and you can't change my mind on what you and I both know I did for you. It's
Yep.
like if I gave you $20 one day, Cass, and said, "Here, go buy a drink at the gas station."
Yeah.
And then later on, you're like, "Oh, she's never done anything for me." You and I both know I just gave you $20. You
Yes.
and I both know I just showed up for you. You and I both
Yes.
know that energy drink in your hand I bought for you. So
Yep.
you can say whatever you want. We both know the truth. And I think that comes with those firm boundaries. Because I know I have a big point that a big glass, if you will, that I will go to lengths for. But as soon as that glass gets to the overflowing point, I'm done. And I stand on that.
Wow.
You have to. People will drain you. People will,
Yeah.
and I can't do it. I've worked hard enough in life to be that, like you said, you built stability and happiness for yourself because you choose to.
Yep.
That's where I've worked hard on that. I've worked hard to get where I am
Yeah.
and feel how I feel.
You
Because
have.
I was one of those people. I had a lot of internal warfare going on as a kid, as a young adult. I've had much have you.
Mhm.
You and I have very similar backgrounds.
Mhm.
Um, but I don't choose to be that way. I don't choose to be negative. I don't choose to be unhappy. I don't choose to be a poor mom, but I could be. Been through a lot. I could be a lot of bad things. I could be a really shitty person,
Yeah.
but I choose
But you're
not to
not.
be. Yeah. But there was a time and a place when people had firm boundaries with me and they were like, "Mm-mm, figure it out yourself." And I was like, "You're right." And I did. So it's possible, but
And you did.
being that firm person who is like, "I'll help you to this point, but after that, it's on you." Because we all are in control of our own decisions every single day. Every day is full of decisions, good ones and bad ones. got to hold people accountable, and accountability can come across as rudeness if that's how you feel.
Right.
But accountability is the structure of, it's the foundation of relationships and life in general.
Absolutely.
And if you can't hold me, and I hold me accountable too, I'm not exempt from that, but you have to be willing and open to hear accountability. And if you're not, then it's going to fall on deaf ears anyways. It's going to be like I'm speaking Chinese to you, so it really doesn't matter.
No, it
Yeah.
doesn't.
But I do think, like, it feels good to make the right choice, doesn't it? Like, it
Oh
feels
yeah.
good to be in a good space.
I feel like there's more growth and
Hmm.
progress in
Hmm.
the positiveness.
Absolutely. That's such a good point. Negativity is such a short, small space. The box is this big.
Yeah, it stunts you.
It stunts you. It's small. It's dingy. It's gross.
Yeah,
Negativity is such not the place to be.
absolutely.
Positivity, the opportunity is endless.
Yeah, and if you are going to be negative, acknowledge, oh shoot, I'm being a negative Nancy today. Okay, what's my problem?
Because you can be.
Let
We're all
me,
human. That's
yeah,
okay.
of course. But
Absolutely.
learn to not sit and fester into it and let it and feed it to grow. Learn to
Yes.
deal with it, handle it,
Yes.
and then you know what? Move on.
Yep.
Look at the positive side of things.
Absolutely.
Go outside, go for a walk, look at the sun. Oh my gosh, this feels good.
And I think there's so much to be said about gratitude. In life, you have, granted, horrible things happen all the time.
Yeah.
Life is very scary. But there are so many things to be thankful for. And I think when you train your mind to be positive thinking and look at all the things that you have going great for you, it's really easy to train yourself to be a positive person.
Yeah,
But it's a decision.
it
It's
is.
absolutely something, because like you said, the growth for positivity is, there's no limit to it.
Right.
But you have to want to see that. It's all about how the lens looks. You and I can look at the same thing and perceive it completely different. And I think that's the problem, is it's a choice.
Yeah,
And some people just are not in that place, no matter what you say or do, no
I
matter how
know.
how you love them or show up for them. That war is theirs. It's individualized for one person and one person only. So, yeah, people need to see that.
They sure do. But regardless, keep it between us.
I will keep it between us, obviously, I promise.
Okay, good.